And I'm Camille Marks. Spread the Word to End the Word is a campaign that promotes ending the use of the exclusive, offensive, and derogatory word retard in everyday conversations.
This campaign asks people to pledge to stop saying the R word as a starting point toward creating a more accepting attitude in our community. Language affects attitudes and attitudes affect actions. Retardation was once used as a clinical description. However, now it has gained a negative connotation through the politically incorrect way people have began to use it. It is now considered a word of derision, used to degrade and insult people with intellectual and physical disabilities.
During this assembly, we will listen to a few different individuals talk about how the R word has affected them personally.
We are so lucky to have so many people involved in Best Buddies here with us today. If you are part of the Best Buddies Club, please stand. Especially thank both Rachel and Izzy, two people from the Best Buddies organization here with us today, for all the work they do for the organization and spreading the word to end the word year-round. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all that you've done to support our effort.
Now we are going to watch a video of some of our fellow students, adults around DSAJ, and our buddies with their family members expressing their views on the R word.
So drawn to the main organization that Best Buddies is that it's not about doing service for people who are cognitively disabled or for people with cognitive disabilities. It's about a friendship, a relationship with someone who maybe is a little bit different than you are. Something I really learned, and I think is what's the most important part about Spread the Word to End the Word Week, is that we all need to respect one another. Whether you have brown hair, blonde hair, whether you are tall, short, or if you have a disability or not.
Hi, I'm Abby McIntyre and I'm a senior.
My name's Tracy.
Insulting groups of people who are marginalized is never acceptable, and the use of the word retarded does this and more by diminishing the obstacles people with special needs face every day. Nobody deserves to be reduced to his or her ability. If you use this word, you now know it's derogatory, so don't. And if any of you ever hear someone use the R word, you can non-confrontationally clue them in that it's outdated, offensive, and damaging. Thank you, and
spread the word to end the word.
yes.
Don't say,
And
spread the word to end the word. Woo!
Hi, my name is Grace Kelp and I'm a freshman, and I'm here with my sister, Katie Kelp. Katie is not only my sister, but best friend, and we stand by each other's side through everything. But nothing hurts more to me than hearing somebody use the R word right behind her back. Whether we're just walking down the street, seeing a movie, going out to dinner, hanging out with friends, people are constantly staring and talking about Katie's disability. But what they don't understand is Katie's just like us. Yes, I am. Katie, what do you do in your free time?
I do tap, I spend my time hanging out with my friends, and like have parties and stuff. Just living a normal life.
Exactly. She's just trying to live a normal life and have fun. So we just have one last thing to say. Spread the word to end the word.
Hi, I'm Caroline Marks, and I went to Bayside Middle School, and in 7th grade, every weekend we had bar and bat mitzvahs, and everyone was invited, and it was a really fun weekend with a lot of parties, but my friend Celia, who had autism, was never invited, and everyone would talk about how fun the party was on Monday, and you could tell that she really did feel left out because she understood what we were doing and she wasn't being invited. And finally, one weekend, my friend had her bat mitzvah and they invited Celia, And her mom was kind of hesitant in the beginning. And her mom called my mom and asked if Camille and I would take her to the party. And we said for sure we would. So we picked her up. She was in this really pretty dress. And she just had the biggest smile on her face. And for the first time, she was one of us and she felt included. She danced the entire night away. And it just made us all really happy to see her happy. So if there's one thing, I just want to say that everyone is the same and no one should ever be left alone.
Respect means you respect everyone's choices. Spread the word to end the word.
Respect means be kind to others no matter what. Spread the word to end the word.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Thompson, and this is my buddy.
Listen, Mary.
Now, Melissa, has anyone ever called you the R word before?
That's my best friend.
And how did that make you feel when your best friend called you that?
It made me feel not good and it said right above the disabilities.
Because disabilities are not what?
Inabilities?
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else you want to say, Melissa?
Spread the word to end the word.
Hey guys, my name is Joy Heston and I'm located in my word and word and it's a bad word, so I want to know. Thank you. Bye-bye.
As shown in the video, the R word brings lots of negativity to the lives of those with disabilities and their loved ones. Now the Spread the Word to End the Word campaign chairs are going to interview Ellie and her buddy Savannah to hear about her personal experiences with the R word. Please welcome Savannah and Ellie. Hi Savannah, how are you today?
I am doing amazing. I am happy to be here.
We just want to ask you a few questions to get to know you better. So first, how old are you?
I am 16.
Okay, what school do you go to? What is your favorite subject in school?
Science.
What are you learning right now?
Biology.
What do you like to do for fun?
Gymnastics, horse peppers, dancing machine.
You are a dancing machine. Do you want to show us a move? How long have you been in Best Buddies?
4 years.
Why do you like Best Buddies?
She enjoyed my cat high school.
She likes hanging out with her friends from DSHA and MUHS. What's your favorite event from Best Buddies?
Seeing Smack from school. Sorry, I enjoy dance.
Best Buddies dance. Everybody should come. It's a lot of fun.
How does it make you feel when someone uses the R word?
Frustrated.
You feel frustrated? Is it a nice word or a mean word?
Nice word.
Not nice word? And, yeah. And Savannah, like this is a quality about herself
someone uses the R word, what would you want us to tell them?
No, because everybody would use kindness, honesty, peacemaking, respect for everybody. Is
To be kind
kind
and not to say it.
and everything. Read out loud.
And not say it out loud. Yeah. And so, a lot of times you will come across situations in which people do use the R word. Like they'll just throw it out in everyday conversation. And it's something that I used to do too. Like in middle school, it was like the cool thing to do. But then I finally like started to realize it and learn how offensive it was. And it's something that I personally am very ashamed of myself for. So I encourage everybody not to say it. And yes, it can be like kind of awkward or scary when you are addressing somebody who has used it. Like especially I had family members who used to use it. And so yes, like those conversations are hard, but it's gonna make things like a lot easier and like more positive in the future if you can just kind of explain to them why the R word should not be used.
Savannah, do you ever feel different than the other students at St. Coletta's and St. Sebastian's?
No, because everyone use kindness, honesty, peacemaking, respect for everybody. Was not clean.
Yeah, everybody's included. So, when I was, I think when I was 7 or 8 years old, we had a family friend who was born with Down syndrome, and his name is Max. He's like one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, and I used to play with him all the time. And then when I got a little bit older, people like started telling me that, oh, I should treat Max differently because he has Down syndrome. And I never really understood why the people would treat him differently, but then I began to like conform to that culture. And so after my very first Best Buddies event, I had noticed that I had been kind of like babying the individuals at MCFI at a Halloween party, and I was like really shocked with myself because I didn't think of myself as a person like that. And it was less obvious with Max because he was younger than me. But then, so over time, I didn't have this prejudice, but then it kind of developed. But now it's come full circle because with people like Savannah and through Best Buddies, I've learned that everybody is an individual and is super, super cool. And I love to dance with her so much. So that's kind of why it's important to me.
Thank you so much, Savannah and Ellie, for sharing your experience with us. We really appreciate you taking your time to help at our school.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
We will now hear from Mrs. Todd, the president of the Best Buddies Board, about her perspective of the use of the R word. Please give a large welcome to Mrs. Todd.
Good morning, ladies. My name is Linda Tomp, and I am on the advisory board for Best Buddies Wisconsin. I am also the proud mom. Of course, I have to do a shout out. They're just, crunching in their seats. I'm the proud mom of two in the audience today, Annie Top and Cookie Top. And I'm honored to be invited come together as a community to bring awareness and to put a stop to the R word. Best Buddy is an organization based in friendship, as we've just heard some great examples. But on a much larger level, we're really about seeing everybody's abilities rather than focusing on their disabilities. We're about helping kids with special needs stay social, making sure everybody feels included. I think each of us in this auditorium has had a chance at feeling this way, either entering into a weekend with no social plans, or feeling like you have nobody to ask to homecoming, or worse, nobody to even feel comfortable sitting at lunch with. That's what Best Buddies does. Best Buddies creates one-to-one friendships, so that doesn't happen. It ensures that nobody is left alone. You can find Best Buddies in a lot of great places. First and foremost, in our school programs. We have 42 school chapters in middle schools, mostly high schools, and some colleges too in Wisconsin. This means 2,600 students are volunteering for Best Buddies Wisconsin every day. Divine Savior Holy Angels has been a big supporter of Best Buddies, and I thank each of you for your support. And you have it a little bit more difficult because you've got to look outside your four walls to reach out and help make a difference in the life of a child with special needs. And you do that so nicely, and I thank you for that. I'm so impressed with all of your commitment to Best Buddies. And I'd like to share with you my very personal story about Best Buddies, because I am so blessed to have my own buddy. Her name is Claire Top. She would have loved to have been here with all of you this morning, but you know, she was very busy with 5th grade. So she sends her love. Many of you may know Claire, or she certainly might look familiar, because there isn't a musical she's missed here at Divine Savior, and she's very active throughout the community. So Claire today is 11 years old, and when she was born with many medical issues. We knew right from the start she had a bad heart. She had open heart surgery when she was 8 weeks old. She was so weak when she was born, she couldn't even cry. For months she didn't cry. She couldn't eat on her own. And slowly she didn't make her milestones. She never crawled, and the doctors became suspicious. And after some chromosomal testing, we learned that Claire has a chromosomal abnormality. I think all of you have learned this in biology. She has a deletion on her 11th chromosome. She has something called Jacobson syndrome. Very, very rare. They told us that when she was 2, they told us that she would be significantly cognitively disabled, but couldn't really tell us what that would look like. And she would have a myriad of medical issues. So we were crushed, of course, but at the same time, we were so in love with this baby, and she brought such amazing joy and light to all of us. So we put our faith in God, and we moved forward. And it didn't take long at all to figure out that Claire, beyond her compromised heart, her bleeding disorder, her cognitive delays, and on, she had way more gifts than she had challenges. She was certainly socially gifted and talented from a very early age. And she still excels in her social abilities. There is nothing more important to Claire than being included. She is 11 years old. She's in 5th grade at Wilson Elementary here in Wauwatosa. She plays basketball on the St. Jude CCD team. She plays the cello, and she is included. So I was drawn to Best Buddies 7 years ago when I heard the mission, and I heard it and I said, oh my gosh, this organization was made for Claire Top. I see the mission in action, and I see Claire in the face of Savannah's and kids all over it, in high schools all over our area. And I would be hard-pressed to say, who gets the bigger bang for their buck in Best Buddies? The special needs child or the typical peer? I'm not sure. I think it's a tie on that. So I thank you all for the special effort that you do to touch the heart of a special needs child. And every time you do, you touch the heart of an angel. So if you haven't already, please sign the pledge. I love all the duct tape, I gotta say. I even saw it on Mr. Grandy's vest. I love it. That is such a great thing. Thank you all for signing the word. And I encourage you to take a deep breath when somebody in your friend group or somebody you're out with uses the R word. Take a deep breath and just let them know. It's not cool. It's not what we do. So there's a lot going on in Best Buddies. This weekend, this Saturday, we have our Best Buddies dance at the Greek Orthodox Church. I hope a lot of you can make it. And then we have our Friendship Walk downtown in May. It's on Saturday, May 2nd. So get your team together, and we hope to see you there. Claire is going to be leading our team. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, Mrs. Topp, for taking time out of your day to help us foster a more inclusive culture.
If you look up at the screen, you will find a list of the remaining Best Buddies events.
Mrs. Topp already touched on this a little, but this Saturday is the annual Best Buddies All Chapter Dance, where you can dance your night away, eat some food, take pictures at the photo booth, or just socialize with buddies and other Best Buddies members from all chapters. Next is the Brewer Outing in late April. Tickets are usually sold in advance for this awesome event, which includes many chapters and an event filled with tailgating, nosebleed seats, and guaranteed fun. More details will come in the weeks prior to the event.
In late April, there will also be a pottery event hosted by Marquette University High School with MUHS Best Buddies members. Come to create some beautiful pottery, get active in the open gym, or just socialize with some buddies.
Mrs. Topp also touched on this, but last is the Friendship Walk on Saturday, May 2nd. The Friendship Walk was started in 2009 and has raised over $5 million for the Best Buddies organization, and the proceeds go towards funding Best Buddies programs. Come walk on our team for inclusion, friendship, and leadership for people with and without intellectual and developmental disabilities.
All of these Best Buddies opportunities can be found on X2Vault the week prior to the event date. If you have any questions, feel free to contact any of us or any Best Buddies officer. You can stay up to date or view pictures from our events by following our Twitter and Instagram pages.
Throughout the week, I'm sure you've seen our Best Buddies members handing out duct tape in exchange for signing the Spread the Word to End the Word pledge, along with an overwhelming amount of girls with an extra splash of color on their skirts. Will all the officers who participated in handing out duct tape please stand? If you have already pledged and have one or more pieces of duct tape on your skirt, please stand. This is an incredible representation of the number of girls in our school alone trying to erase this negativity.
All of our officers who participated in getting as many people as possible to sign the pledge this past week were asked to choose a color of duct tape that represented themselves. This represents how we are all different and special in our own ways. Although we all have different colors of duct tape, we all deserve to be treated with the same dignity and respect, just as individuals with mental disabilities deserve the same dignity and respect.
If you look at the screen, you'll see Mrs. Dubinsky's new baby. We ask that you please transfer your pieces of duct tape to the posters we have out in the quad on the table by the cafeteria on your way out or during your lunch period as the representation of all the students in the school who have taken the pledge. The conglomeration of all these pieces of tape in no perfect pattern or box acts as a symbol of imperfections and the differences in all of us coming together for the good of our community. Once again, we'd like to thank Rachel and Izzy for joining us, and both Savannah and Mrs. Topp for taking time out of their day to talk to us about their experiences and beliefs. We also would like to thank anyone who has already signed the pledge for helping us spread the word to end the word. We encourage anyone who has yet to sign the pledge to do so during lunch today. We hope this message sticks with you, and don't forget to transfer your duct tape on the way out.